It's your boy Prescription Man, Private Hip Hop Podcast. Y'all miss me? It's been a minute, right? I feel like it's been a minute. But we ain't slacking, man. We got a whole lot of good stuff going on. We just moved the studio to the heart of downtown Waco. We finna release some unreleased stuff like this one right here. We got some new stuff in the vault, man. And if you stay tuned at the end of this, you get some sponsorship information so you can find out how to help us be the best we can be and keep giving you the best content. All right, here we go.
One of a kind.
It's your boy Prescription Man.
And your girl Mary Jane, the queen of the code.
And this is
The Private Hip Hop Podcast.
Hey, better late than never today, huh, Mary Jane?
Yes, that's true, because some places I never showed up.
Oh, man. Today's guest, a very special guest. He's our first out-of-town guest, huh? First out-of-town guest?
Yes,
Yeah.
first one from the ATX.
You know, we're gonna get into it, but I think you know, he a whole lot to his name. He was a rapper. I've heard him. He can sing. He's one of I heard him hit a couple notes. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the most sought out producers in Austin. He's a studio owner, an engineer. He's an artist manager, hip hop entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Shout out 512, my boy Cali Zach from the Birdhouse.
Yeah. Zach here, man. Very much happy to be here. Thank y'all, for having me out.
Yeah,
Been a fan of the show since it started, so happy to be the first guest from Austin.
Right.
Come represent.
Hey man, appreciate it. I've been down to Austin a few times and messed with Zach, and I've seen him go from his setup at home to now what is actually the Birdhouse, and he's just on a big growth right now. He got a lot of good stuff going.
I know. I like hearing you say my bio out loud. I was gonna be like, damn, okay.
Right,
you know what I'm
sound
saying?
good, right?
Work's not for nothing.
Yeah. I mean, well, you're full time now, right? That's all you do.
Music 24/7, full time for a couple years now. So
Couple years.
Birdhouse is paying the bills and
That's what's up.
giving me the opportunity to work with a bunch of artists on the production side as well. So it's like really evolved into two things. But yeah, that studio is my baby.
Yeah. How was that transition going from working places to working for yourself?
I mean, it's like two sides to that story. Like, one is it really was like as simple as just like quitting the job I hated and committing to it. Like,
Right.
people ask me, how'd you do it? And I'm like, man, I just did it. Like, I should have done it way before I did. I don't know what.
Did you prepare? Did you say? Because like we talked to C. Walker. C. Walker said he saved up like racks, like 20 racks or something before he quit, just so he would be.
I had good jobs. Like, I was in corporate sales for like LegalZoom and I worked for Rackspace, and so I made good money doing jobs that, like, feeling like that career was headed up to a point I wanted it to, like, all overnight. I was just like, oh, hell no, I cannot do this shit for the rest of my life. Like, how did I get in this position? and real talk, shout out, it was really my dad who was like, why don't you do the music thing? Like, you know, and he's like straight business. Bro. He's never done art or music or anything other than like go to college, start a business, like real estate type shit. And so for him to be like, why don't you do the thing you like and that you're good at and that you could probably make a living off of? Yeah. So I mean, I had a little bit of
That says a lot. That says a lot.
Yeah, no, he's the man. And I had a little bit of money. You know, I had just bought a house, so I was like in a position where I was like, all right, if this fails miserably, I'll just like go back to getting a job I hate and grind it out for my kids. But it was like real quick. I mean, even in the early days, it was still like not nothing. You know, I was like, okay, I'm making some money to like buy groceries this week, but it needs to turn into more, and it just kept growing.
Yeah, dope.
Especially like connecting the producer and the studio side. Like, once I started getting people up to my studio for my beats and working with different people who, you know, really wanted to like make music together with me, like it started to. Yeah,
because you haven't been a producer forever, right?
No.
You were rapping first.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He called me Cali Zach when the show started, which nobody calls me anymore, but Google me, baby.
What do they call you now?
The Birdhouse.
They call you the Birdhouse?
I mean,
the walking birdhouse.
I introduced myself as Zach because that's my name. But I was a rapper for years and was called Cali Zach. And so when I was a rapper, I did not make beats. I did not record. I never touched a computer. I didn't know how Pro Tools worked or any of those things.
You was just a rapper.
So when you quit your job, were you rapping or were you producing?
I was producing at that point. So there was a point when like I had my kids where I realized I only knew how to rap. I don't know how to make beats. I don't know how to record.
Yeah.
I can't stay in the studio all day
Right.
anymore. Like when I was young, I'm screwed unless I learn how to do some of these things. And so that was when like I cracked open my MacBook and was like GarageBand, and then to Logic, and then like that just kind of led to where I was like way more fascinated by recording and mixing.
Was your dad always supportive in all your music?
Yeah, for sure.
So so you should have kept doing music.
Yeah. When I was like 18, my first album, he lent me the money to press my first 1,000 copies.
Wow.
Nice. Shout out Pops, man.
He's even been caught like riding down the street, like blasting my shit, and had people be like, "Yo, what is that?" And he's like, "That's my son." My dad's the man.
That
He
is
really
awesome.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, like Austin, what's the from Waco? To me, a lot of people in Waco, we go to Austin for, what I'm saying, to do many things, shows and South by Southwest and stuff like that. Us, we go down there and do music and studios and stuff. So it's a whole different scene. What is your take on like Austin hip hop right now, like the scene, aside from the Rona?
yeah, right. I know you got to like preface everything with that. I mean, I would say it's got a lot of momentum. It's got a lot of artists taking themselves really seriously. We have an established star in Quinn NFN who's amazing.
Yeah. Shout out the whole NFN squad. There's actually somebody from Waco, I think, is now in the NFN squad. Snowman NFN.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He came through the Birdhouse the other day.
Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome,
wow.
bro. Yeah. Shout out Sosa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He came with Fendi and Roan.
Awesome.
When they were doing some shit. Yes, I mean, I would say there's more people like investing in themselves and doing things, professionally, trying to make it out of the city as opposed to like an underground mentality. That it's had in the past.
Shout out Quinn. What he did, he's with 10K Projects. Yeah, like that's a big step
for sure.
And that was that like a if I'm not mistaken, that's a Austin Martin link right there.
AME, Austin Martin, and Quinn. I mean, I don't know the details of all that, but for sure they work together. That's his manager. But Quinn, blowing up the way he did, I think made a lot of other rappers like hungrier. Where they're like, okay, shit.
It's right in the backyard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he did it off a song. You know what I'm saying? And he did it off like lyricism. As opposed to like some fake like gimmicky shit. Like he was just really rapping, and so there's like a bunch of hungry kids like following in those footsteps now.
Yeah, man, for sure. Like I remember when he dropped the Talking My Shit, he shot that music video in Elevate studio, right? The Mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's when we was going to the music lab all the time. That's when I first met you through Certified at the music lab. Music lab was like a hub, man, at that point in time. I don't know what it's like at this moment, but at that point in time, a year or so ago, it was just flooded with everything going on. It was a really dope place to be, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's been through some bumps in the road, but it's still, Elevate's still there. It's a lot of, tons of studios still there. It's still the spot in the South Side for sure.
Yeah, man. When I first linked up with you, you was what was it? Gang Gang. Yeah, Gang Gang.
Shout out any of the producer.
Yeah, well, y'all used to rap together too, or no?
He was my producer and engineer when I was a rapper. So he touched all the buttons, and I never, I was an idiot on all that.
Yeah.
So who showed you? Who showed you how to?
I mean, real like YouTube on the cool, really.
Yeah.
YouTube University.
YouTube University.
And I mean, I got to a point where like I went to Avid and got Pro Tools certified, and I did an internship in a big analog studio.
Investment.
There was educational materials along with that. I've tried to go beyond just YouTube, but man, I mean, if you want to learn something quick, turn it on.
Right, that's where you get started, right?
For sure. And I mean, especially for the first like 5 years where you don't know what you're doing anyway, like, that's where to be on YouTube. And then when I kind of was like, I know what I'm doing now, let me go spend some money to get really nice at this.
Yeah.
Right.
I hear you.
Hey, shout out while
I
we're
be
on the
taking
subject though.
classes, too.
Shout out to Quinn NFN because our Theta Nu Theta song just hit 500K the other day.
I seen that. I seen that.
That's my biggest song for sure.
That's the one
It says the Birdhouse featuring Quinn NFN, right? In the title.
That's Quinn's song. But shit happened the way it did. So
Yeah.
it says it the way it does.
Nah, it's fire, man. That's fire. Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
That's a good milestone to hit. Is that the first record you've had hit that number?
Yeah, no, I mean that's the first 100K plus.
Yeah.
And so $500,000's cool. It's like in 5 months, so
Hell yeah.
we'll see what it does. But
That's awesome.
yeah, more on the way.
You got more tracks with Quinn?
No, not. I mean, with Quinn, we've got several, but we haven't done any new shit. But but Dubbo, we got some coming
Yeah.
for sure.
Dubbo, and that's who for the people that are listening, who is Dubbo?
So Dubbo is one of the artists I manage, and one of the artists that's just like been tapped into my studio since like the infancy.
Yeah.
And so we've really like been able to kind of be in the studio for a year plus, like cultivating a sound, and like that's kind of how I wound up managing him. Is just I was doing so much of that out of the love, because like he was spending so much time and energy and working so hard with me. I was like, and just like his hustle is just unique. Like he drops so much music. It like literally how many times he's hit me like, yo, I need that song. We're doing a video. And I'm like, the one we recorded last night? And he's like, yeah, I'm at the video shoot right now. Can you sing the song? Like, I'm not kidding. That's happened 10 times.
That's cool.
I'm not kidding.
I'm at the video shoot
like
right now.
And I'm like, well, first of all, thanks for inviting me. And second of all, it's in your inbox.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
Mary Jane.
Right?
Every time I do something, she hits me with
How
that.
you feel?
Oh yeah, thanks for the invite. I'm like,
Wow,
damn.
wow, no invite.
You're always invited. You're always invited. That's how you gotta look at it.
But yeah. And, you know, just like being able to work with an artist where like we've really made all of his music together.
Yeah.
You know, like old school producer combos.
Is he your first artist that you manage?
No, I manage a group called Blackland. They got a new project on the way, all produced by me.
One of the members of Blackland did the Quarantine Hip Hop
Quarantine Hip Hop
Oh,
Challenge.
okay.
Shout out to Drank Anthony.
Yeah,
His
Drank
was
Anthony.
dope.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
He
He,
did
had
the
the,
little-
he had the little video.
With the little
yeah.
spreads, with the Lysol that you can't buy no more. But yeah, him and his brother are a group. I manage them. We got good growth going on right now, and really excited about their new project. We're about to get in the studio and do like 5 new songs and put those through like a 5-month marketing campaign and try to, you know, ramp it up this year. And then one new kid in the works, so it might be a trio, like a group, and then Dubbo and this one other kid once we solidify it. But yeah, the management thing is just kind of like happening organically, because as a studio, like I feel like my role, besides making the music, is just like to connect dots.
Yeah.
So it's like I know videographers, I know, you know, people who throw shows, I know singers if you need a singer, or musicians if you need a guitar player, or, you know, and even if I don't know them personally, like I know how to put pieces together.
I mean,
and get shit done.
and that's what a lot of artists got to understand is the engineer. I mean, a lot of us, we want the record to be the best record it can be, so that it can go further, because the further it goes, the better it benefits everybody. Like when people do the YouTube beat stuff, bro, it'd be killing me. You know what I mean? Like, so if you're over there making all original music and gives you the potential to have legs on it, like no reason to just not get behind it. You
And
know?
like there's levels to it too. Like I have clients that come to me with YouTube beats, and I'm like, this is perfect for you. You know, and not to knock them. They might be dope, but it's just like you're not at the point yet where you're like going to be spending money on this because of your age or whatever. But then I have other clients where it's like, hey, stop wasting sessions. Like don't record on a YouTube beat ever again.
Yeah.
Like, network with a producer, even if it's not me. Get you some beats and come in and do something that you can monetize. And then we can talk about all these other steps to the business that can make you, you know.
Yeah, because
into
if
something.
it's not right there, the rest of the stuff is wasteful.
Yeah, and the music is like barely, you know, 20 to 50% of the whole process. You know, you got to be focusing on the steps after the music at some point.
You like the management side?
I mean, yeah, because it's like new and exciting, and I don't really know what I'm doing. I just like again, again, I feel like I know how to connect dots.
Yeah.
I bet a lot of managers would probably say the same thing. They didn't get into the industry with Rolodex full of connections. It was more like, okay, I understand how to put pieces together.
Right.
And I want to do it for you anyway. And there's like a few artists who I really think, you know, we can make something out of this. And so
That's something I want to do. I want to manage artists too.
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Manage Rico, man.
I can connect that.
And right now is a unique opportunity because
I want to
you can just focus on the digital side. It's like I can just be trying to build up their streaming or their YouTube presence or their social media presence because we can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And then that's going to roll back in at some point, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a unique opportunity to like build up someone's online presence while you're stuck at home and people are watching the internet.
Especially in a city like Austin, bro, there's usually so many things to do. There's usually so much going on, you know what I mean? And nothing.
No,
It's sad, right?
Yeah, man.
So how did the cancellation of South by impact you or the city? If you could speak for your city.
Well, I mean, I just felt really bad for people who had invested months into getting, you know, shows lined up and a whole week full of events, or had put money up to promote events. So there's a lot of people that just got hit by that in ways that are, you know, more serious than you would think, or had like shows lined up that potentially were huge opportunities in terms of who they were going to be performing in front of or get to network with at that event. So, you know, I felt bad for the artists who really had like more of a vested interest in it. Like, I was probably going to attend some shows and have a busy week in the studio that week. But, you know, to be honest, that was when, right around the time that everything shut down, was when my studio started getting really, really busy. Yeah. Because people still record, and
I can record in small groups. It was a blessing in disguise, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I hate to call it that, but you know, I haven't been slow during this period. I've been busier than ever. So, people are still making music.
Right. We had De Niro, and De Niro said the same thing. A lot of people, that's the only thing that they can do. You know?
You got to create. I feel like right now you got to be doing music. You got to be doing videos. And if you're not doing videos right now, you're hurting, man. Because that's
what I just said. It's that opportunity to build all this content. So because you're not performing live or doing some of the other things that use up bandwidth. So
big facts. So like Cali Zach, when you was rapping, your name was Cali Zach. Because you're from Cali or you're from Texas?
I was born in Houston.
Okay.
I moved to LA when I was like 4 years old, and I was there till I was 19.
Dang.
So when I moved back to Texas, people started calling me Cali Zach, and I was like, yeah, you can call me that. That's cool.
That is cool.
So you came back when you were 19 and you went to Austin?
Mm-hmm.
So you've been in the Austin hip-hop scene for a while.
Since then.
Yeah.
2001 was when I moved here or there. And, so 19, almost 20 years.
Super dope.
And it was like basically like literally the first dude I bought weed off of when I moved back to Austin. His roommate had like a studio set up, and I was like over there buying weed. I was like, hey, what are you doing? Yeah. And he was like, oh, I record. And I was like, I rap.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, here, rapping in this microphone, and put on a beat, and I freestyled for like 3 minutes, and he was like, yeah, let's do your album. And then we made an album.
Were you rapping in Cali?
Yeah, that's what I was going to
say. Well, I moved here like right after high school.
Yeah.
So like in high school, like in my day, it was just like you'd go to parties and you'd battle people. Like that was it.
Yeah.
I'd been in a studio one time before I moved here, and it was like in a dormitory.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But you were definitely a rapper.
Oh yeah, I rapped every single day and wrote raps every single day. I mean, I barely graduated high school because I was rapping so much.
Right.
So when did you get linked up with somebody like Certified? I would consider Certified, to me, he's an Austin OG from the outside looking in. I'm pretty sure the same way in the city. I feel like he's a curator in the hip hop scene out there.
Talk about somebody that connects dots.
Yeah, for real. Like, when did you meet Certified?
So the first time I saw him, he was on stage rapping, and I was literally like, yo, who is that dude?
Yeah.
Because he's so nice. Like, he's so good at rapping.
Yeah.
And he was in a group called Die Slow.
Yeah,
bunch
Die
of the
Slow,
homies.
yeah.
Yeah. And you know, he was the standout. Like, you know, he was so good. And so me and Nene, the producer, wound up being like, hey, let's do like this mixtape project that you and a bunch of Die Slow people and some other like Austin people we liked at the time can like be heavily featured on.
Yeah.
It was called Work. And so me, Certified, was up at our studio all the time, you know, working on that project, and that was really when we became like homies and shit.
Yeah. That's for the record. That's how I met Cali Zach.
Through Certified.
Was through Certified, and we have the record, Voodoo. Yeah, the music video's out now, shot by InVision Films.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Eric Sattler. He be killing the visuals. You know what I mean?
That was like my first beat that anybody rapped on, like in a way that I would show to the world. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, and you did a full to it. He told me, he said, "No, we're gonna shoot a video to it and everything." And, you know, you hear that from a lot of people. I was like, "Yeah, you know what I'm saying, sure." And then he was like, "No," nah, man, hey, we get it all set up, like blah blah blah. I was like, "Well, set the date." No.
It was funny, like
I really liked it too.
It was fire. It was super fire, super fire.
Yeah, because as rappers, like me and Certified were peers, but then coming at him as like a producer, like, when you rap on my beat, you know, it's like when he hit me up and he was like, "Oh yeah, we rapped on that one beat," and I'm like, "Really?
Yeah.
Really? Let me hear it." And he sent me the song, and I'm like, "Yeah, this is fucking dope." Like, yes, video.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was definitely the most excited person about doing the video. Like, I just was like behind everyone, like, no, we're doing it.
Yeah.
I'm paying for it. We're doing it. And but that's how shit gets done sometimes. But yeah,
Hey,
I'm
yeah,
glad
and it was a whole lot of fun.
it's
And
been rolling since. Man.
Yeah, I loved it, man. I had a blast doing it. I made a lot of connections, in those times. It was dope over there. I like it. Shout out Certified, man. OG. I've seen twice his name be brought up in Nardwuar interviews. I like, man, they need to, next time he comes to Austin, he needs to go hit Certified for real.
Yeah, he's OG for real. I mean, they do, like, for real. When people come to Austin, that's like one of the people they tap in with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure. So, politics aside, we do this thing called Mount Rushmore, right? So, if you had to do your Mount Rushmore of Austin acts, who would it be? Damn. Yeah, bro.
Damn, that's only 4 spots.
Put you on the spot, bro.
And he works with everyone.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore is 4. And
it's like the thing about Mount
It
Rushmore.
can be legendary, it can be new. It's just your
But see,
personal.
like, I feel like you gotta factor in legendary.
Yeah, I hear you.
As well as
It's tough, bro.
current.
We've had to do the Waco, so it's tough, bro.
It's like I could knock out 3 super fast. I'm just trying to think about the 4th. All right, so R.I.P. MC Overlord.
Okay.
Anybody from Austin knows, like, he was running live music shows for like years before I even moved there. His name was buzzing when I moved to Austin, and he was absolutely unbelievable. He had like a commercial, and he just did so much as like a local hip hop artist, and he would be up there for sure.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah. Quinn NFN, got to. I mean, that, like, he just is so dope, bro. Like having worked with him in the studio, also the way his music sounds. Like, I'm so proud that the rapper that I look at as like the rapper that blew up from my generation of Austin hip hop is so dope. He's not some corny ass dude. Not that there's a lot of corny ass rappers in Austin, but he just like really has bars. So when I moved to Austin, the first rapper that was like the rapper everybody wanted to get a feature, and they were like actually paying him, and I paid him to do my album release as like the headliner a few times, and he would really draw out crowd and then kill it. And anyway, he was always dope, and like someone that was like a mentor to whoever wanted advice, or he was just cool as fuck. Bavu Blakes.
Yeah, Bavu, Mr. Blakes.
Yeah.
He's a teacher now, right?
Hip hop grew up, man.
Yeah, bro. Hip hop grew up.
I mean, he'll probably be the mayor one day. Like,
shout out my boy Rapid Rick. What it do, family?
Yeah. Man, we got a song too. Yeah. And number 4, ooh, man, it's like I almost want to leave that one open.
Can't. There's got to be a face there, bro. Got to be a face.
It's like, ooh, someone's got to go get that 4 spot.
For the YouTubers, he makes a little image and he puts their heads on there and everything, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it got to be a 4 spot.
Fuck it then. It's Dubbo. It's the kid on the way.
Hey, there
Fuck
you go. There you go.
It's the kid that's next up, bro. Like,
that's yours, right?
That's my artist.
Yeah.
I mean, there is nobody in Austin, no cap, growing as fast as him right now. No cap.
Awesome.
This is the one who's calling you with the song that y'all just did the same before, right?
Quinn is on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a bunch of people, you know what I'm saying, that you could look at their numbers and they're still above. We're trying to get to where they're at. Yeah. I'm saying, but the way Dubbo is growing right now, everybody's paying attention. So fuck it.
Super dope. So there you go. That right there is your ATX Mount Rushmore. Hey,
Dubbo.
I fucks with that, man.
Go.
Salute to Dubbo.
Yeah.
All right. While we're on the Mount Rushmore subject, though, as a producer, I know you just became a producer in the later of your journey, but I'm
old, so
you know what I'm saying. Oh, you ain't that old. Look at that.
Hip hop old.
As a producer, if you had to do a Mount Rushmore of producers, and this is in general, not Austin, just in general, who would your Mount Rushmore of producers be?
That's a good one. So Kanye, Dr. Dre. For sure.
Off top.
Yeah, it's my 2 favorites.
I already like him just because he said Kanye.
There you go.
I love Kanye.
I love Kanye
I mean, man, like, you look at, like, his first album versus, like, Watch the Throne. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, no way the same producer made both those albums. You know what I'm saying? And, like, that's an album that really, like, we like pivoted on and like moved into the hip hop future with. Like he was doing shit and making sounds where it was like, what the you know? And it was still so dope. And he's reinvented himself like 3 times at this point. Yeah, I love Kanye. Kanye, Dre, shit. Daz Dillinger, for sure.
Daz Dillinger.
Daz from the Dog Pound.
Oh, yeah. You from Cali then?
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time. And he did so much of the like Dr. Dre, like
yeah.
Like,
for sure.
Not to hate on Dre, but
you know how Dre, you know how they do.
He got so much credit for like All Eyes on Me, and he produced like 2 beats on that, and like 11 of them are Daz, you know. So it's like you go pay attention, and then also like the Dog Pound records and Dog Food and like a bunch of shit.
Damn, Daz was hard, bro.
No one's ever mentioned him on our show yet.
That's a good one. Yeah, Daz Dillinger, that's a good one, bro. You're the first person to say Daz Dillinger. Yeah, that's the first on this one.
So
I
underrated.
like that.
It's been underrated for years.
It's because he's from Cali.
Yeah.
And
then Mike Dean would be my 4th.
Salute to Mike Dean.
And that's like someone who's like probably more known for like producer than like beat maker, but like he does all that shit.
Man, he does
everything
it all,
in between. Yeah,
he be on stage with the playing, bro. He be getting.
No, he's so dope. And that's like the person when people are like, if you could be in the studio with anyone, it's like instant answer.
Yeah,
like
Mike Dean.
Yeah.
He's made some of my favorite, from Zero Records to
he's like the hip hop Quincy Jones. Like he's done like so many different people for like decades and decades. You know, like shit you don't even know. He was like making the sound. He was making the sound. But then also like Travis Scott and like modern day shit that's relevant right now. Yeah, he's like kind of the best at too. So
I like that. That was good. We haven't had Mike Dean on anybody's top neither.
No,
He
I think so.
Oh, who did he?
Either
Walker.
Walker
maybe.
or
okay.
The C producers would have good.
Yeah. Okay, so
shout out C Walker.
Mike Dean, Daz Dillinger, Kanye, and Dre.
Yeah,
super dope.
Let's
super
do it.
dope. I like that.
So who do you think, like, where did you get your talent from? Obviously, you're in California, and there's a lot of talent out there. But do you think anyone in your family or?
So I was like a huge sports family. Like, that's all we ever did. My parents are sports addicts, and we were just always in sports. So, like, rapping was kind of something I came to on my own, and they probably always thought was weird. I never really thought I had, like, any music in my family. When my grandma passed away, we found like a stack of vinyl that were recordings of her from I want to say Temple, Texas, but it may have been like Timpson, Texas, somewhere in Texas with a T. And
we'll say Temple for the 2.
So she would go down. She would go down back in the day and like sing where they'd like cut the song right onto the record, and then they would play that on the radio, and it was like way back in the day. So she'd sing like other people's songs that were popular that they like didn't have, so they could like have a version of that song.
Modern day bootleg.
But it just tripped me out thinking like, damn, my grandma was like getting hype, like turning on the radio and hearing her voice and like chasing that dream, and then like at a certain point was like, nah, I'm gonna go be a teacher and do the sensible thing, but like always had that. And like there was always a piano in her house, and she always loved music, but she had never
Was this your dad's mom?
This was my mom's mom.
Oh, okay.
Nani.
Shout out Nani.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
it kind of came
that made me happy, where I was like, okay, it's like, it was almost like an Ancestry commercial where I was like, oh, like somewhere back in my lineage was someone who
where you belonged
at some point in their life tried to make music.
And now he's found his way into
all his family's doing sports, he's doing music, and then he finds that, so he's like, oh yeah. I am part of this family.
He's pretty much Mexican to me, man. He speak better Spanish than me. Hell,
probably better than me then.
I heard it. It was flawless. I was like, damn.
It was good Spanish to a gringo, but
right, probably good Spanish to me. Shit, I don't know the difference.
Shout out to my wife. Oh yeah, I gotta do that. Hi to my wife and to my Noah, Kobe, Jet. Hi boys.
3 kids, huh?
Yeah,
all boys.
I told him I'd say hi. All boys.
Now we gotta all say hi. Hi, husband. Script, you never said hi either.
Look at that. How you like being a dad, man? You like how's the balance of having 3 boys and still doing the studio and everything?
I mean, like the job is busy and you got to go out and make money, but like on some level it's not hard for me because I just love being a dad so much. It's like easy to try to get back to hang out with my kids and see my wife, and me and her are really like best friends, and my kids, and like they love their mom, but they're all really close with me too. So if I'm gone too much, they're like calling my phone, like, where you at?
Yeah.
I mean, my daughter's like that, bro. She has messengers. My old lady will never hit me up. Boy, my little girl blow me up. It'd be super early. Where you at? When you coming? Why aren't you here?
If
I'm
I tell him,
damn.
I'll be like, my last session ends at 10.
That's the Mexican
or
in her.
at 8, and he'll call me at 8.
At 7:59.
FaceTime.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Why didn't you answer?
Are you done? Are you done, or is the session going long? And I'm like, dude, the client's right here. I'll call you in a minute.
Shout out kids, man. They keep you on
Do
your
any of your
toes.
kids like music?
Yeah, no. My oldest son Noah, he's made a bunch of beats with me. He always shows a lot of interest. The other two, you know, like I used to have the studio in my house, so I'd always find them like in the mic booth, singing "Merry Christmas" or something like.
You never catch them trying to make trying to write nothing original. They're not there yet.
No, not there yet. My son Noah like freestyles a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's like, I can see the wheels turning where he's starting to put the pieces together.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I had started my little girl on piano lessons before the Rona, man. She just don't want to do the Zoom now. You know, it's like to do it in person better. So hoping we can get back to that. It's good. It's good for him to be into something like that, bro.
We've been on one of those apps at my house on the piano.
Simply Piano or something?
Musician.
Oh, there you go.
Not a sponsor.
Big facts.
Could be.
Right.
So, man, have you worked with anybody from Waco, bro? Just I mean, I know I've worked with you, but aside from us, no, you haven't worked with nobody from Waco, huh? We need to make that link for you, man.
We need to.
What is if you could, because you already know Script, who are some artists that you would like to work with?
Man, I'm terrible with names, but I was very impressed by the hip hop documentary they made, and obviously that list of like hip hop veterans would all be cool ass people to work with. I got to collab on a beat with De Niro today.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
It was
that's my first little Waco collaboration.
Yeah,
but he's super cool.
Yeah.
And amazingly talented.
Yeah, he was in there killing them keys, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man, we definitely gotta link you up with some artists up here, man. That's what it's all about. There's so many markets, bro. Waco's a untapped market. Just like I feel like it's kind of hard for a whole bunch of Waco acts to tap into Austin, because the Austin scene is such tight knit. Even though it's a big city, the scene itself is just like the scene up here. It's tight knit. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to break into other cities like that without having somebody there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, coming up here with the prescription cosign is definitely the way to go. And you get in with all the movers and the shakers. But I don't know. I mean, just, go break bread. Like, go book a few hours at a studio. They won't care that you're not from Austin, Yeah. And then, like, most engineers, like, if you go to Elevate and fuck with the mask, like, he'd do the same thing I would do and tap you in with locals and let you know, like, plug you in with Dan to the L or NV or whoever for a video. So it's,
I always try to tell people, if you're not on tour doing shows, you know what I mean? You can go on a studio tour. You can just go around different cities and hit different studios and watch what that networking does for you, and watch how it grows. You know what I mean? Like, tours don't have to be just shows.
Right.
You can do a million things. You can do meet and greet tours. You can do studio tours. You can, anything, pop ups. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and it's amazing how, like, if somebody like does graphic art, like, have them do you a project, and like, like I tapped in with someone from Austin who made buttons. Yeah. And like, I didn't really need buttons. I rocked
one on the show one time.
Yeah, I didn't really need buttons, but I was like, I'll take some buttons, but I really just wanted to like network with her and connect with her and like, get to know her better. And so instead of coming her from some weird like networking angle, I was just like, yo, I want to get some buttons, and like that, it's Mama Duke. We still homies today. So, but I would always say that's a good way. Like, someone hit me up the other day who came from Killeen and booked a session, but he really didn't have a bunch to do. He was really just trying to like tap in with Austin, and I'm gonna help him make those things happen. But that's a lot of times a good way to grease the wheels, is just go spend a few dollars.
Just show up.
You say Mama Duke? I think I seen the other day she got the cosign from who, Missy, or who was it?
I'm not surprised.
It was somebody big, bro, and I was like, damn, like she's
got a bunch of those. she's dope as hell, and really like made me start having more wheels turning because she just got a sponsorship deal with Juiceland.
Yeah.
Just because she like puts that shit on her story so much.
Yeah.
And she literally said on her story, like, I fuck with y'all so much, like, I should have a sponsorship.
Yeah.
And then they shared it on their story. We think you're right.
Yeah.
And then now she has a good deal with them. I don't know the specifics of it, but it's like you can be like in a local environment and get a sponsorship deal with a local company and like actually have like money generated or some kind of perk out of that, you know, just from like where you're at off your Instagram.
Right.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know what I mean? Just because like her energy is dope and
you gotta work with what
she
you
puts
got,
out good
bro.
vibes. Like that brand was like, would totally have this girl like talk about our products on her Instagram all day.
So you collab with De Niro today. Do you do like producer collabs often? Is that something that you do or no?
I mean, me and NA producer back in the day were producer team. We did a lot of beats together.
That was Gang Gang.
Yeah, that was Gang Gang. Now I work with the homie Sticky the Fiend from Austin.
Yeah, I know Sticky.
We did like the Running Man song for Dubbo and I don't know, a couple more. He's real dope though. And then I got like a few with FBG Slime, who's just somebody I met off Instagram, but he's like part of the Dripnotized family.
Yeah.
I think he's the head of that. He's real dope.
Super dope.
I'm always down to collab. Like I'm so busy in the studio. Sometimes I seem like stuck up, like I don't do that. But I want to do more of it and like have more people, like more like producer only studio sessions where it's like just producers making beats, like kind of the vibe me and De Niro had today, where it's like there's no rapper there waiting like, are y'all done yet? Are y'all done yet? Which is how a lot of my beats get made. So there's a lot of people in Austin that are dope as fuck that I totally work with. But
and I really like the aesthetic of your studio. It's like a whole house. That's why they call it the Birdhouse. It's like a whole house. It's real. The vibes there is real chill. I like it.
How did you come up with the name?
So the house I used to run it out of, which is the house I live in, when I bought it, really there was just like a lot of birds, like bird nests in like every tree. And I just remember kind of being like, man, it's crazy how many like birds are at this house. And I've always had this weird affinity for birds. And then when I was naming my studio, I knew I didn't want like blah, blah, blah studios or something productions or da-da-da entertainment or any of those. Like I wanted something like Death Row, like something that just like stood alone. Like, or even like Apple, like you just hear that and you're like, okay, no, I just wanted like a brand name. And so somewhere I stumbled upon the Birdhouse, and people will do that. They're like, the Birdhouse Records? And I'm like, no. Or they call it Birdhouse, and I'm like, no, the Birdhouse.
The Birdhouse.
Yeah, very specific.
Put some respect on his name.
But then from running out of my home and having worked in a lot of studios, like I pay attention, and I just had so many clients tell me like, I really like this vibe better than like being at the studio. And so when I moved out of my house, I really wanted to keep it in that same house atmosphere where it's like we're recording in my living room, or the mixing room's my living room and the kitchen's right behind me, and you go into a bedroom with the microphone, but it's like really comfortable and acoustically treated, and you know the sound quality's great, but you feel like at home, and there's a guest room with video games and just not some of the like awkwardness of pro studios.
Yeah, I hear you.
Which are fun too. Like for some people,
good experiences.
For some people, you go into a room and there's a big board and a bunch of equipment, and you get lit up, and that is a vibe. That's dope. But for other people, it's like they get nervous and they get awkward. Yeah, and they don't record the same as they did when they did their demo takes at home. And so it's just kind of like merging those two worlds.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I feel that. It's always a dope vibe over there, man. For sure.
I'm going to have to come through.
Yeah.
Invites open.
Mary Jane trying to make records, man. She's trying to make records.
Let's go.
If Cardi can do it, I know I can do it.
You ever play Would You Rather?
I think I know how it works.
Yeah. I only got a couple. Would you rather? You know these three. Would you rather go to jail for a year or know for sure you were going to die in 10 years?
Fuck. Man, I really don't want to go to jail.
And it's like lockdown, you know what I mean? Jail, like jail.
So if I go to jail, I'm going to live longer than 10 years?
No,
I just
you
don't
just
don't know
you
when
just
you're
don't
dying.
know, yeah.
You could die in jail.
But if I don't go to jail, for sure I'm dying in 10 years?
Yeah.
Or I just know if I'm gonna?
No. You know you're going to die in 10 years and you know exactly when.
Yeah, I'll do. I got kids, man. I gotta go to jail.
You gotta go to jail.
I gotta be around for them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's really like
no kids. I'm going the opposite for sure. 10 good years. Let's fucking grind it out.
And that's what. Hey, that's what Terry.
I'm not going to jail.
Yeah.
If I don't have kids.
Yeah.
That's I'd do a year for them to be around like 50 more years. Yeah.
Yeah. You just wow for the next 10 years. You knew when you was gonna die because you know when you're gonna die.
Hard.
You know
grind
what I mean?
so hard.
Do the craziest shit.
And go out with a bang too. Whatever would happen at the end.
Yeah, that day you're doing the craziest of stuff that day, right?
Because I'm stacking money that whole 10 years, and then I'm not taking any of it with me. So.
Oh man, would you rather fight Mike Tyson to the death?
I want to eat his children.
Or wrestle a grizzly bear?
But Mike Tyson could die. Like one of us has to die. It's not that I die.
Yeah.
Because I mean I would die. But.
Yeah.
And then what are the grizzly bear rules? Like we're in a pit, or like I can run? I can.
No, you had.
If I can jump in the river and swim away, like I get away.
Wait, what?
Oh well, yeah. Man,
I'm saying where is the grizzly bear fight?
I mean, fuck it.
gotta
It still doesn't matter where it's at. It's still to the
away.
death. We're gonna say to the
You
death.
can't
You
run
either fight
away.
Mike Tyson or a grizzly bear to the death. Which one are you taking?
Mike Tyson. Yeah.
You gonna fight Mike Tyson?
Yeah, definitely.
Think it would be easier?
Than
Yeah.
a grizzly bear?
He's
Yeah.
old.
He's like 300 pounds lighter than a grizzly bear.
Oh man, I feel like I could outsmart a grizzly bear.
I'm saying, but if we're in the woods and it's like I just see a grizzly bear and it wants to
You
kill
can
me
bite
and I
his
gotta
ear.
not die,
Look, you can bite
I
his
like my
ear,
chances.
punch him in the face, like, poke his eyes.
I feel like I could get away from a grizzly bear. I just couldn't like beat it in a fight.
Yeah.
So that's why if we're like
Yeah.
in a pit.
I don't think I could get away from a grizzly bear.
I don't know, bro. Would you be able to get away from grizzly bear? What you
They
gonna
got
do?
4 legs.
Yeah, they run faster than like
They're
caribou
climbing.
and shit.
I
Yeah.
think I could run away from Mike Tyson.
I feel like I could get on one side of the tree and like dip to the other side real fast and just keep doing that.
At all, I don't think you could do that.
I feel like that'd be the safest way. Or just play dead.
I think the bear would just look at you like, "Are you done playing with me now? Because I'm finna get you now."
I can see Mary Jane just running from Mike Tyson.
No, I'm gonna fight Mike.
You gonna fight Mike?
Yeah.
Plus,
She gonna two-piece
right
him?
now, Mike, because Mike's cool now. He's
Yeah,
like
I
smokes
know. You
DMT
can do-
now.
Bro,
He's like
you be
fucking
watching
one with the universe.
You be watching the gram though. He still be killing it, bro. He be killing
He gonna
it.
fuck Roy Jones up.
Yeah, he gonna fuck Roy Jones up.
I know.
Unless it's rigged and they gonna do that bullshit where it's like
But
a
people
tie.
are betting on it, I heard. So it's got to be real.
I mean, people gonna bet on whatever.
Yeah, they bet on like the national anthem.
Will it be around next year? Look at us. Next one. Would you rather go barefoot for a month or go without a cell phone for a month?
Oh, out of cell phone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Super quick.
I'm always barefoot, so
If I'm barefoot for like 45 minutes, my feet are killing me. That'd be torture.
For real?
Yeah, and you could just like talk me into giving this up for a month. If it weren't for booking appointments on Instagram, like when I set up that Square appointments, I don't need this thing anymore.
Yeah.
In fact, real talk, before the Birdhouse, when I was like totally burned out on corporate America, I lost my iPhone and was just like, I'm not getting a new one. And I didn't have a cell phone. And I had to be contacted through my wife's phone.
For how long?
Oh, months. Like 8 months.
that's how I know he
Yeah.
likes Kanye.
And even my work was like, you have to have a phone where we can reach you. Like, you're in sales. People call. And I was like, call my wife's phone, man. Or email me. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not, like, buy me a phone. I'm not getting one.
Yeah.
But I really just didn't want one. And, like, even my parents, everyone was like, you have to have a phone. And I was like, I don't understand why this is so hard. Like, for y'all to accept.
society.
It's not hard on me. Yeah, no, it was fine. But it bothered everyone else.
It's pretty
way more.
taboo, bro.
I
you know what I'm
can't
saying?
even
2020,
imagine
no
not
phone.
having a cell phone for a month.
If it weren't for that, my business basically runs through Instagram, and I have to have Instagram
Yeah.
and
to
you have
like
to call.
connect and network with clients.
He don't give a
All-
shit
You have
about
to-
calling.
Yeah, no, I could totally not have a phone,
Okay. All right.
but I need shoes.
You probably can still do it. People just show up.
No, I run on schedule though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I don't do that.
Yeah,
Just show
I'll
up.
try to put him on the Square thing. He
I'm-
start
I'm-
filling it out. I'm telling
it's
you.
going down.
Hey,
Yeah.
she uses it too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
fire.
That's the truth.
Yeah, they need to sponsor us for real because we be putting everybody
Okay,
on y'all
because
for real.
I ain't telling nobody else.
Yeah. My little free transfers for 1,000. We need it for more than that. Look at that. Man, we do this thing called Rapid Fire. I don't know how many episodes you watched in their entirety, but Rapid Fire, we do it damn near every time. All right. Analog or digital?
Digital. Fuck it.
Fuck it, 2020, right?
Yeah. Just like definitely not the thing where it's like analog. Like it's so annoying. Just make good music, dude. No one cares.
Facts.
No 13-year-old girl downloading your song on Spotify is ever gonna think that ever once. Like,
Yeah.
don't.
Oh my God, this was done digitally. Look.
I know, right?
Yeah. Well, and like it all winds up digital anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Big facts.
But like if you put a little analog on the front end, I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, you know, a little warmth goes a long
Yeah.
way, bro.
Yeah.
You know, rapper or producer.
Producer.
Yeah. Okay. AC or windows down?
AC.
Texas, bro. NFL, college ball.
College football.
I knew it.
It's not an argument either.
Because he's from Austin.
It's not.
I
an
love
argument.
college
he
football.
used to have a podcast. You used to have a podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was
Burnt
based
Orange Radio. It was about
Burnt-
the Texas Longhorns.
college.
We decided to not be good for a decade, so I stopped doing that.
I cannot tell.
Indica sativa.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, weed. Look,
Both of them.
all of them.
At the same time.
All
or
of 'em.
whatever.
Flower or dabs.
Flower.
Facts, bro. Beat or lyrics. The conundrum.
That's a good one.
Man. I mean, still lyrics.
Yeah.
Still lyrics.
Still lyrics.
Yeah.
I respect it. CD or MP3.
What's Spotify?
I guess MP3. What kind of MP3?
Yeah,
That's
probably
streaming.
MP3. I mean, I don't think I have a CD player anymore.
Hey
so.
man, you'd be surprised how many people have answered CD that like that tangible. You know what I'm saying?
God bless.
They wish they could get it.
I guess
I wouldn't mind that coming back at all because that was an easy way to make $5 to $10 at a time.
Right.
And of like
All day.
I feel bad on some level for rappers today that don't have that. Like they gotta go sell a T-shirt or something
Yeah.
else,
Yeah.
or wait on the back end. And you
Facts.
could just go out and make money like at the gas
Bro, there wasn't nothing like
station
that
selling
CD money.
CDs.
For real, for real. There
Yeah.
was nothing like CD money. Facebook or FaceTime?
FaceTime, definitely not Facebook.
You ain't even got a Facebook, huh?
Maybe
I should have said Instagram. Gold or diamonds?
gold
Facts. It's worth more. Burgers or wings?
burgers.
Man, I ate so much food today.
I'm hungry.
Shout out to VTEX.
And there's pizza in there.
Okay.
Clear liquor, brown liquor.
Clear liquor, tequila only.
All of them.
No brown liquor. IPAs and tequila.
Mary Jane be turned. Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
Facts. Boobies or booties?
Booties.
Good answer.
Good answer. Texas or Cali?
Texas.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Texas all day.
Okay.
That's no question.
All right. This one I asked to everybody. 100K cash or a $1 million credit limit?
100K cash.
100K cash?
Yeah, fuck credit.
What you doing with it?
Invest in it.
Invest
Making
in it.
moves.
Making moves?
Blowing up a couple artists.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's that easy, huh? You just got to throw 100K at it.
Nah. But I got some good ideas.
Yeah.
They cost money.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, 100K will help, bro. 100K get you, it get the ball rolling.
I could
Yeah.
use 100K.
I think we all could use 100K. Hell, we could all split 100K right now and probably be happy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I wouldn't argue with it.
Mm-hmm.
Me neither.
That's
So,
all. Yeah, go
Another
ahead.
thing that we do is speak it into existence.
Boom.
And so we want you to something that you can see yourself doing or that you're gonna speak into existence. Just it's your time to.
Right now, if you could speak it into existence, what would it be?
I just see the Birdhouse developing with these like amazing artists that record at my studio, and it just kind of like evolving into something like a record label, but like something that is original and like kind of hasn't happened before. Like artist empowerment. I really see a future where me and some of these artists can like own it together from the beginning and go a different way at becoming a superstar.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of shit that has to be done to make that possible, but like the world is changing, technology is changing, you know, we've got examples like Nipsey Hussle, we've got things like United Masters and DistroKid, and we've got all of these examples of like success and failure that have come before us to learn from, and new things are invented every day. Like
Every day.
15 years ago, if you were like Tesla, people would be like, what the fuck? And like, no. And then SpaceX and all this shit, it's like that can happen in hip hop too. And there can be, you know, something bigger than just like being an independent artist, like, you know, real ownership for kids like Dubbo and Blackland and Gleezy and these kids that I'm working with, where they never even have to go that old traditional route that seemed like the only option.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, today with the internet, it's a completely different ballgame. Like you said, bro, it's changing all the time. It might not be the same 3 months from now.
For real.
You know?
No, innovation never stops. And like, you know, I mean, just think about like there was a point when explaining the concept of streaming to someone wouldn't have made sense. Yeah. And then it changed the entire industry. Yeah. And that'll happen again and again. So. Yeah.
Man, facts, bro. Facts.
Cheers.
I like that game. So, man, I mean, I appreciate you hitting the road and coming down here and chopping it up with us. I guess really what you need to do is plug yourself for the people and let them know how they can get a hold of you. You know what I mean?
Any artists want to go do a tour down
there?
Yeah,
anybody, you know, we need to get these artists, the people that tune in and listen, a lot of them are artists, you know what I'm saying? And they're trying to pick up knowledge, so you might have people hit you up that want to come get a beat or hit the studio, you know, how can they find you?
For sure. The website is www.thebirdhouseaustin.com, and that has information about my studio, and you can link to all my social media. The only real social media I do is Instagram at the Birdhouse ATX, and that's like where most people hit me up. My phone number is on my page, so you can get right to my Instagram, text me, call me, whatever. But definitely if you're from the Waco area, you know, and you want to come to Austin and you're looking for a spot, you know, to block out the day or a few hours, hit me up. Yeah. Reasonable prices, we'll make it work. And I'm kind of a one-stop shop for getting, you know, beats, recording, mix, master, and then connecting some dots on the back end for you.
Yeah, so. And y'all heard that earlier. He's for the people. He, you know what I'm saying? He wants y'all to succeed, man. You know what I mean?
You gotta work. Succeed.
You gotta work with people like that, man.
Backwards. You succeed. I succeed.
Super dope, man. Well, man, I hope to see more things like the 500K and above coming for you. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything just keeps picking up momentum and everything that you want to speak into existence comes true.
Amen.
Yeah,
thank y'all for having me. It's dope.
Thank you for coming.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Private Hip Hop Podcast. That's
yes, sir. Hey, and we're gonna have him come to the Private Hip Hop Party. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Do some kind of something, give a beat away or something. You know what I'm saying? Or bring his acts
his
down.
His player artist that he's on his Mount Everest.
We need to do a Private Hip Hop Party where we bring Austin to Waco, and then we can bring some of the Birdhouse artists down too.
Yes.
Definitely down.
But more to come, man. Everybody follow the Birdhouse, and bro, we appreciate you making it, bro.
Yeah,
Thank
man,
you so
absolutely.
much.
All right, until next time.
We out.
Bow, hey man, say man, whole lot of big dripping going on today, man. It's your boy Keith Stargo, aka Big Sauce Waco, aka Young Worldwide, aka Auto Rocket to the Moon. You are now rocking with the Private Hip Hop Podcast, Prescription and Mary Jane on the Road Network. Bow.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.
Hey, if you're still here, I guess you're interested in sponsorship info, and we appreciate it, for real, because for us to make good content, we definitely need your sponsorship. Go to privatehiphop.com, man. We just got it up, brand new website. It's got a sponsorship form on there. If you're interested on information, you can fill it out, and we'll get back with you and try to find a plan that works for you. And yeah, let us help your business grow, man. That's what we're here for. We're trying to help our audience be your audience. You know what I mean? Privatehiphop.com. Y'all make sure and check it out.